Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be how to build for the brand new Demon King. So I was lucky, and I did pull him in my 660 diamonds, and of course that means I'm going to be able to get him for free, 2.6 from the tickets as well, because we've been given 240 diamonds worth of tickets, which is kind of nice. Yeah, let's get on to Demon King, how to build him, what he does, what he's built for, do I see potential in his future in terms of like usability, in terms of all content. And when it comes to gear, of course, there are two sides I want to go over as well. Onto his substats. Very decent crit chance in today's standards. So today's standard, I'm looking at more like the LRs. Crit damage is very good, I'm not going to lie. His crit resistance, crit defense, also very good. Crit defense is actually pretty nice. Crit resistance is on the higher side as well. Resistance is okay. Pierce rate is very high. That is around Pug Melly's like level, if I find my Pug Melly. Here. Okay, Bug Melly has a lot more. Okay, I retract that. But he's got much higher than a lot of other units, which is nice. Especially because he is a DPS. Not support, he's just built straight for damage. Onto his skills. So skill, he has a new one called Eradication, which is this skill does 60% more, 6% attack when using the skill, so it just boosts his attack by 6% when he uses the skill. And his 2 times crit chance as well, which is kind of nice to have. It's got 3 levels, multipliers, 200, 300, 500, 200 for a level 1 skill that's got 2 times crit chance and does 6% more damage is very good. Yeah, it's very good. 500 is... okay, so multiplier, it's not to 200, it's 500, which is not actually that big of a difference, but the skill itself is very good. On to the next part of his gear, which is a brand new debuff. Again, this one is a replacement for Infect. What it does is it disables recovery skills and lowers the enemy's crit resistance and crit defense by 40%, which is huge. It is huge. Okay, I'm back now. Sorry, I took me to lose like for a split second. The multipliers start 140, finish 350, so it's I think it's a little bit better, or maybe the same as Infect. But it's very good. Of course, this completely will destroy Bloody Ellie's relic. Bloody Ellie, her relic was made to like. So it will, like, you could counter like Infect and stuff on her team when she does the healing, but it doesn't actually counter this debuff. It only counters Infect, which it says in her passive. It doesn't say like recovery restriction skills, which is what this is. But this is kind of cool. Of course, it can be cleansed because it is a normal red debuff, but lots of bosses are not immune to it because it's a brand new debuff, and unless they're immune to all debuffs, that's just how it is. Onto his ultimate. His ultimate is once again a brand new style on ultimate, so we've never seen a ultimate level before, which is a new concept which I kind of like. Which is, so you've got to decrease all enemies' defense rate stats by 10%. So that is a grey debuff. Can't get removed, and of course that goes up to the max level as well. And then you've got this one, which is inflicts damage equal to 500% of the attack applied level 1. Blackout's level 1. I'll go over the ultimate levels whilst I'm here. As you can see the multiplier as well. Level 2, you get a level 3-6, you get level 2 blackout. 5-6 will give you level 3 blackout, and then 6-6 gives you level 4 blackout, which is the max one, which disables every skill. And I'm pretty sure that this debuff is grey as well. Don't take my word for it, but I'm pretty sure it's also grey, which means it can be used on Demonic Beast. But he doesn't seem like a Demonic Beast character, or demons don't have a lot of Demonic Beast characters. Most of their passives are restricted to PvP only, which is kind of irritating. Pardon me. But of course you can see lowest defense rate stats by 50%. That will work everywhere, because that is also a grey debuff as well. Which is also kind of good, because it's also grey at 1-6. I didn't know. I thought it was a red debuff at 1-6 and only grey at 6-6. Apparently, it's grey throughout, which is kind of nice. Moving on to his passive. So his passive, once again, is a paragraph. Oh my god, it's 2 whole paragraphs. Nice. At the start of the battle, applies Ruler's Reign to self for 2 turns, and retrocession to demon allies for 2 turns. For the retrocession effect, removed at the beginning of the ally's turn, increase the hero's attack-related stats by 18%. In addition, if the hero is alive on the battlefield, all commandments are sealed, which is kind of nice. That means, Soros' commandment won't get in the way. So that means you're able to run AM melee or traitor melee now without having the buffs removed, which is nice. Commandments. The hero's attack is increased by 30%, yeah. when he's alive, when an ally is dead with a commandment, you get 30% attack, which is nice if you have all commandments and you have all demons. If they all die, I say it's 4v4, you get 90% plus the 18% for them will be removed. You get a lot of attack-related stats, especially for a DPS like him. So Ruler's Reign is the hero's damage taken from skills during the enemy's turn cannot exceed 50% for max HP. So what this means is that for the first 2 turns, until you get like the rank up and all that kind of cool stuff, he's got 50% damage cap. You mix that with Red Tamio, it's painful for the enemies, of course, unless you're playing geared. Then you've got Infect, and geared is a whole different ball game when it comes to Demon King. Once removed, all debuffs are removed from the hero. Along with it, then all the hero stats are increased by 20%. These are all stats. These are hero all stats. That's lifesteal, crit chance, crit damage. He's already got high crit damage as it is. I'm looking at like 270 now. Increased by 20%, and skills are ranked up. So he's got a little rank up as well. And retrocession is 20% damage reduction, which is okay. You mix that with Pug Melee, you look at 40% damage reduction for demons, which is kind of nice, especially when you're, demons are known for being really tanky, mixed up with Q-Cycler and crit chance, crit damage. Of course, you can't actually run Zoldris with Demon King. You can run Blue Charla, lowering stats even more. You've got 40% damage reduction, you've got Charla's damage reduction with his Relic, really tanky team, really irritating. Or you can mix it with Estarossa for basic stats. All these really broken things you can do with Demon King if you use him on the right team. On to equipment now. So with his gear, there are 2 ways to do this. I've decided to build him for attack CritDam because I'm probably not going to be using him in geared. If you're going to be using him in geared, you probably want HP defense, or in Hero Arena you may want HP defense. It depends, really. But I decided to go for attack CritDam just because I see that as a more general usage, is attack CritDam. HP defense is like, okay, yes, people's arguments are yes, he gives himself a lot of attack related stats, so he doesn't need to be, attack CritDam, but my brain's like, I want to see big numbers. I can see even bigger numbers with attack CritDam. And he has decent CC as it is, like 61k, 0.1 is not bad for, like, not the best gear, but definitely not the worst, with, like, missing, lots of stuff as well. It's not bad. So, it's up to you. You want to go attack CritDam for PvE, for example, when I did that, the Enic boss, well, it's not an event boss, it's a Nighthead boss that they've turned into an event boss for this update. I used Demon King and used attack CritDam. You saw how much damage he was doing, which is the reason I decided to do it. And plus, if you're going to if you're going to be using him in PvE, you probably want DPS from him. You're probably either running, if you're doing Demonic Beast, you're probably doing the strategy where someone has the lowest HP and you can run Tamio and they'll keep attacking, the boss will keep attacking that one character, so you don't really have to worry about it. Also, the only good thing about Demon King is that if you're going to be running him HP defense, the buff is infinite. So when he gets this broken passive buff, right, when he gets like this buff, this lasts forever, apart from the 20% damage reduction. So this only lasts for 2 turns, the 20% damage reduction, but all of this lasts forever. So apart from the 50% damage cap, but all of this bit, so that the stat buff he gets from like the people dying, and like for allies being on the field, he keeps them forever. They don't have a turn. They don't have a turn limit, which means for Demonic Beast, he's not too bad, as, for characters like the Ultimate One, his passive only lasts for 5 turns. You're looking at Bloody Ellie, her passive's only 5 turns. So when you've got all these 5-turn passives, and then now you've got the Demon King, who doesn't have a 5-turn passive. Demons, you've got Tyrant Melee, who's pretty good. Esseros's Darkness stacks on most Demonic Beasts. I'm pretty sure the only one doesn't stack on is Nidhogg, so that's not too bad either. Maybe Dogs, I'm not actually too sure on that one. But, he's a very good character overall. I do recommend summoning because it's a very cheap festival. The festival is very good. And if you have better luck than me, you may pull a few other festivals other than Demon King on it, which is probably what you really want. One of my friends on his first summon pulled AM Melee and Purgatory Melee, and he had never pulled Purgatory Melee yet after summoning on every banner he's been on since his release. But yeah, weapons-wise, of course, outfits, he's missing a weapon that's just, oh my god, really high stats. Yeah. But I do think Demon King will be better for a very long time, mainly because I'm going to talk about like the insane gap when it comes to like what would you call it? Like just inflation of everything, like skill gap. There's such a large skill difference between every character. not in skill. Skill makes him feel like talking about a player playing the game, but like the character's getting so OP. There's like a stat limit, right? We've not reached. So we've reached the stat limit, right? We can clearly say that LRs will probably have the best substats in the game, and maybe some of the best mains and the best main stats as well. But then you come to passives, and these are where these new festivals and these new characters are becoming so broken. It's not because it is their skills, but it's not because of their stats and their. It's not anything to do with their stats. It's mainly to do with their passives and their skills, which is it's cool because it means that like there is a ceiling on these stats, but it also means then the characters that get like a really horrible like passives and stuff, are probably not going to be saved, of course, unless they get LR'd, which I'm hoping happens to AOT because they need a lot of work, and I think LRs are probably the best way to go for terms of substats, main stats, all that kind of stuff. But anyway, Demon King's a very good character. I highly recommend at least getting one copy of him because he's a very cool character. His ultimate is decently strong. 666 still can't wipe. I'm going to be 100% honest, it's not as strong as like Perg Melee's, the Ultimate 1, my L66. It's not as strong as those 6.6 characters. But his 6.6 is still very useful, but I think it's more of a utility ultimate. Because disabling everything at 6.6 is very good, very broken. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, leave me a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.